Morning student, today we are going to start our next chapter from geography, that is natural resources, land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife. In earlier chapter we read about what are the resources, what are its classification, what is resource conservation, resource planning, how to manage and plan the resources judiciously. So in this chapter we are move ahead towards the major type of resource, that is natural resources. As the name suggests, natural resources are those resources which we extract from our natural environment or natural surroundings. These are termed as the natural resources. It comprises everything: mountains, water bodies, plateaus, natural vegetation, wildlife sources. All these things comprised under the natural resources. Now there are types of natural resources. It comprises the water bodies, soil, minerals, natural vegetation, animals. All these important components comes under the categorization of natural resources. So let us discuss them one by one. Firstly, we have the land resources. What are land resources? Land resources is important component of our environment, because it has been used for the different purposes and activities. We use land for minerals, agriculture, forests and so on. Land is considered as an important resource because it fulfills all our basic needs like food, clothes, shelter. We use land for agriculture. Land acts as a store of basic resources like groundwater, minerals, fossil fuels. It considers as a dump for solid and liquid waste. It protects us from high temperature of Earth's core. It provides habitat or home to all the flora and fauna species, that is plants and animals. Even more important, land resource is considered as an important resource from above all the resources for the survival of human beings. Now here are some different types of land use. For what particular purposes we use land resources? There are some types. Firstly, for recreational purposes, for enjoyment and activity purposes, like natural areas are used for hiking, camping, biking, for tourism sector where people can relax. Next, transport, large network of roads and train tracks are made. And agriculture, open land used for growing crops, cultivation. Fourth, residential areas where we human beings reside and make our settlements. Then commercial or industrial areas, those areas which are those land portions which are used to manufacture the products or used to set up the industries, factories. So these are the different types of land use, how we utilize our land resources in different activities. Next we have soil resource. Soil is considered as the uppermost layer of the earth. It originates from parent rock and contains both organic and inorganic substances. Fertility of a soil depends on depth. Soil is considered as the uppermost layer of the earth. It comprises, or its formation took place due to climatic factors, due to parent rock, its organic and inorganic substances, temperature, fertility. All these components ensures the quality of our soil. Now with soil, an important problem arises, that is the soil erosion. Now what is soil erosion? Soil erosion is the washing or blowing away of the top layer of the soil. When the top layer of the soil or the uppermost layer of the soil is washed away or blow away by the wind or water, is known as the soil erosion. Soil erosion is basically caused by the water, wind or tillage, due to which it involves three distinct actions, that is soil detachment, movement and deposition. Firstly, the soil is detached, or you can say that it cut off from the main surface. Then with the help of wind or water, it moves towards different areas, and at last it get deposited or settled down at a particular place. So soil erosion is the washing or blowing away of the top layer of the soil, which in turn deplete our soil. Now soil erosion, there are certain causes of soil erosion. That is, firstly we have the deforestation. Human beings are cutting down large number of trees to fulfill their needs. It also causes soil erosion, overgrazing of land. Overgrazing of land by grazing animals causes depletion of the soil. Then improper farming techniques. Farmer didn't use proper techniques, which also depleted the soil and decreases in the fertility of the soil. Then wind and rainfall. Due to wind and rainfall, uppermost layer of the soil is washed or blow away. Then here are some methods to prevent soil erosion. These are the afforestation. Afforestation means to grow a large number of trees to maintain the ecological balance. Then intercropping. Intercropping involves growing different crops in a same area according to different seasons, which also ensures the fertility of the soil. Then terrace farming. Terrace farming is mostly applicable in the plateau regions. Here they made the steps, and on those steps they grow different crops, which also ensures the fertility of the crop and didn't lead to depletion. Then rock dam. Dams, or you can say that the walls made of rocks, are constructed which didn't allow to move away the soil by water resources. So here are some causes and methods to prevent the soil erosion. Our next important resource is the water resource. You all know that 3/4 area of the earth's surface is covered with water. Water is considered as the most important natural resource because all the living things depends upon water to fulfilling their different needs like cleaning, cooking, washing, drinking, bathing, and so on. That's why it is considered as an important natural resource. Next important resource is the natural vegetation. It refers to the plant life that grows naturally in a geographical region. Any plant life that grows naturally without any human interference is termed as the natural vegetation. It is considered as an important, valuable resource as they provide us fruit, timber, medicinal plants, shelter to animals, oxygen, protect soil and store water. There are the major vegetations of the world, which are forests, grassland, scrubs and tundra. Next we have the wildlife. It includes all the animals, birds, insects as well as the aquatic life forms, which comprises of the wildlife structure. Next we have the wildlife. It includes animals, birds, insects as well as the aquatic life forms. All these comprise of the wildlife resources in India as well as in the world. Now here are some of the important measures for the conservation of wild resources. How government play important role in the conservation of wild resources? There are some steps like Wildlife Protection Act to protect the wildlife or wild resources. Protection Acts were made in 1972. Project Tiger to conserve and protect the species of tiger. Project Tiger was launched in 1972 to 1973. Forest Protection Act to protect the valuable resources of forest, which includes the plant as well as animal species. Forest Protection Act was made in 1980 to 88. Anti-poaching agencies. Poaching means to hunting, as human beings hunt and kill animals for the trading purposes of the animal skin and made different products. To control that, anti-poaching agencies were set up. State Wildlife Department, State Forest Department, Ministry of Environment and Forest Army, Police, Border Security Force, Coast Guards, Wildlife Conservation Society. All these were the important steps taken by the government to conserve the wildlife species. So in this chapter, it is just a brief video which shows you that what we are going to discuss in the chapter natural resources. I hope you are able to understand about it. Thank you and have a nice day.